Hello everyone and welcome to a new season of URL Racing. We will be kicking off this 14th season of URL-GT1 racing at the traditional season opener from Formula 1 Melbourne or Albert Park. And looking at the qualifying results, we see a record-breaking starting grid. 28 drivers participated in qualifying, and Mikko Korkiakoski proved his dominance of last season by taking pole with over 1 second to spare over his teammate Florian Kutz. And the third Saleen S7R completed the top 3 with Robert Horvat in third position. There were quite some newcomers in this new big grid. First one was Nemanja Manojevic in 9th position. We had Mark Fuller taking 16th and Nikolai Gairov in 22nd position. Looking at the AM Cup qualifying, it was actually Mathias Christensen taking the pole, followed by Andrei Golubnici and then Sando Donadel in P3. So let's have a look at the start of the race and the highlights. So here we are on the grid at Albert Park, the two yellow Saleens locking out the front row. Florian Kutz on the left doesn't have a great start. He gets passed by Tony Ukic, Robert Horvat and also Peter Bakus, it seems. Yes, Mikko Korkiakoski gets a good start and is clear of these guys. Let's see, can Robert keep his second position from Tony? Breaking into turn 3, most tricky section at the start here. Watching out for cold brakes, cold tires. Very tight there. I think Simon Fillingham, yeah, he got hit a little bit, but no big crash for him, so he can go on his merry way. Again, Mathias Christensen as well off the track, but no big dramas, so everyone can get on with it here at Melbourne, Albert Park, the street circuit. Known for good races, but also very tricky to pass because the walls are very, very close. Florian Kutz fell down behind Peter Bakus here in 5th position. And here's the rest of the field streaming past, heading into the fast chicane section of the track where you can gain and lose a lot of time, and also where drivers will have to watch out for cut warnings. 3 cut warnings equals a drive-through penalty. Here's Mikko Korkiakoski with a composed first lap, eking out a gap to Robert Horvat. But behind it's still very, very close. Evgeny Leonov in 6th position. It's a very good place for him at the moment. Let's see how they get on with it. Michal Klisch fell back after a crash into turn 5. We'll see later on how his race goes. So here's the top 5. Still very, very close. Florian Kutz weaving and trying to get past Peter Bakus, but he will have to stay behind for now. So here's Michal Klisch in 21st position, and that's behind the Team 87 boys, Simon Filling and Mitchell Smith. But also I think Sando Donadel is in that pack in front, so a lot of AM guys as well. In this battle. Someone went off the track there. Let's stay with Michal. Can he pick up some spots here at the end of lap 2? Oh, Nikolai Gairov here is now in front of him here in the Lambo. Can he pass 2 cars at once? Oh, a little wobble. But it seems, yes, he puts his Nissan on the racing line and he passes 5 drivers in essentially the last sector of the circuit. So good recovery from him already. And then he had a small tap to Chris Simpson, who had a big tank slapper and could actually quite well avoid hitting the wall at high speed, so he could go on with his race. And Mathias Christensen, 22nd, he's behind Sando Donadel in the Nissan GT1. Someone going off there, and Sando is now in front of Simon Fillingham. Will he be able to make the pass here? That's for 2nd position in the AM Cup. Andrei Golubnici is in 1st. And here he will go to the inside of Christensen and make the pass before they head into the chicane, because you want to avoid going side by side there. Then, still in the opening laps, Alex Laush got in the slipstream of Alexander Petrushenko, who joined us last season. Gets his braking done in time, hits the apex, and makes the pass for 13th position. So here's Mikko, followed by Robert. Quite a gap already. Then Tony, who isn't very close. Well, he is, actually. He's not too far away. And then Peter Bacchus and Florian Kutz, they will be in a big fight for the whole race. Let's see what happens here. Florian dives to the inside. Oh, he hits Peter Bacchus off the track. Luckily there's no wall, but only gravel. But bit of a ballsy move there from Florian Kutz to take P4. Evgeny Leonov, and then behind the top 5 it's also very close with a battle with Miguel Santiago Carao, Ethan Bass, Manoljevic, Nemanja as well, the newcomers. So having a good race at the moment. Miguel going off the track, getting past here as we see it by Nemanja, and right behind him is Ethan Bass as well. Peter Bacchus then in the same section where Florian passed him. Florian goes a bit wide, hits the wall, and that was very quick reaction times to get past Florian there, back for P4. So just before the pit stops, it's Mikko Korkiakowski, followed by Robert Horvat. Then Tony Ukic, who's already coming up to lapped cars in the middle of the race. Big grid, as you could see. Then Peter Bacchus, Florian Kutz, Nemanja Manojlovic, Evgeny Leonov lost a position to Nemanja. Then Miguel Santiago Carao, followed by Ethan Bass, Greg Metcalf, very close indeed. Then Felix Boucher with a bit of a gap. Michal Klisch made it up to P12 from his bad start. Then Alex Laush in 13th, Alexander Petrushenko, Nikolai Gairov in 15th at the moment, the newcomer. So having a good race until now. Andrei Kolobnishi leading the AM Cup, followed by Mitchell Smith and Sando Donadel in 2nd in AM. Then there's the other Team 87 car, Simon Fillingham, Mihovil Markovic, then Mathias Christensen in the AM Cup as well. Florian Manolace, Mark Fuller in 23rd, and the grid keeps on going. Alex Scott is back in 24th, but he pitted already, and he's followed by Chris Simpton and Bjarne Christensen. 2 drivers didn't make it to the starting grid, Sten Mikkel Olsen and one other driver I'm forgetting. During the pit stops, the only important thing that happened was Ethan Bass got past Miguel Santiago Carao, and that would prove very beneficial for him. Quick pit stop. Then Florian Kutz could pass Peter Bacchus in exactly the same way as Peter passed him in the early stages of the race, to regain P4 and make it a good finish if he stays there for the team of the yellow Salines. And Peter not giving up, braking a bit late here. Oh, getting onto the gravel and spinning it. He will get passed by Ethan Bass, so Ethan up to P5 after his good stop. That will be a nice feeling for him. Simon Fillingham then taking advantage of Nikolai Gairov losing some time while being lapped by Peter Bacchus or Tony Ukic. I think it's Tony Ukic. And Simon Fillingham making the pass on Nikolai for P14, so into the points. And right behind them is also his teammate Mitchell Smith. Nemanja Manojlovic behind his teammate Felix Boucher, and looks like there's gonna be a change of position here. Nemanja looks at the inside. Will Felix let him through? Yes, he will. He brakes early. Nemanja misses the apex. Oh, be careful, guys. Don't want to take out your teammate. But they switch positions, and that's coming up to the end of the race. Not a lot of footage of this guy here, but very dominant win by Mikko Korkiakoski for the season 14 season opener at Melbourne. Flawless race from him, good start, and never gave the lead away. Mikko Korkiakoski wins at Melbourne. In second place, Robert Horvat took second in turn 1 actually, and never gave it away. He never came into trouble, so good race from him. For his title ambitions, Tony Ukic, former champion, in third, Florian Kutz, as we saw, in fourth, then Ethan Baz in fifth. Good result for him. Peter Bacchus then in sixth after his race-long battle with Florian Kutz. Craig Metcalf in P7, followed by Michal Klisch, who made it up to P8 from a disastrous first lap. So good race from him as well. Alex Scott made it into P9, and Nemanja Manojlovic top 10 finish in his first race here at URL, which is a big achievement. And Alexander Petrushenko, Alex Laush, Simon Fillingham and Mitchell Smith made it into the points as well. Nikolai Gairov in 15th to take the last point, so another newcomer into the points. Mihail Markovic finished in 17th, Florin Manolace in 18th. Then Andrei Golubnici taking the win in the AM Cup in 20th. Mark Fuller, who will be joining the AM Cup as well, in 20th. Then Miguel Santiago Carao, who had a very bad second stint. Sando Donadel in the AM Cup, followed by Mathias Christensen, Chris Simpton and Bjarne Christensen. Here's the final results of the race. Mikko Korkiakoski took the win 20 seconds in front of Robert Horvat, and Tony Ukic was another 16 seconds down. As we saw already, Andrei Golubnici taking the AM Cup win, followed by Sando Donadel and Mathias Christensen. So a very good race here. Unfortunately, David Nesbitt and Sten Mikkel Olsen didn't make it to the start of the race, and Yevgeny Leonov had to give up halfway through the race during the pit stops with a problem in the pits. So a good race here at Melbourne to start the season. A big grid. Let's hope for another big grid next week, or actually in 2 weeks, on the 6th of September at Barcelona, the traditional Formula 1 testing track. 41 laps or 70 minutes are there for the drivers to fight out who will take the win and get up to speed in the Drivers and Teams Championship. Thanks for watching, and join us at unitedRacersLeague.com.